We are now in round 4, so I'm currently 3-0, and I'm going up against Harrison and his Blue-eyes deck with Primite. It's I played against it before, so I have a general idea of what to expect. So I lose the dice roll, and my hand is rather odd because whenever you see Nibiru and Fenrir or any cash card, you have to contemplate whether you want to drop the nib or not, right? Which one would be more beneficial? Of course, if it's obvious, and if it's apparent, you drop the Nibiru, of course, you know, and you just sacrifice the Fenrir. But I feel like I can apply more pressure with the Fenrir, and hitting this Link monster is proven to be quite impactful. So I impermit. Luckily, I have Imperm and not Veiler. Otherwise, I play into tactics. And he doesn't get another summon, which is nice. He already has access to True Light. So Drill Beam. Searches Veiler, searches the pop. So he's going to be able to pop one at the very least. So right now, the interactions he has Veiler, Drill Beam, and Majesty. Right, so that's double spot removal and an effect negation. And I'm not sure whether he's going to go for seals or whether he's going to go for spirit, because usually they end on spirit and seals. But he goes into SP, and Nib just wouldn't do anything here. I would just use it, right? He'll just chain SP, and he'll know that I have Nib in hand. And I draw into Deception. I'm like, okay, well, let's see. Let's try and pick the board apart. I start with Fenrir, because it'll bait the most interactions. I go effect. He activates Veiler. If this went through, I think I would be in a much better position, because that means I get Unicorn, and Unicorn can get me access to Birth. So I go Battle Phase, force the trap. He pops the Fenrir, main phase 2. So now it's just the Drill Beam, the SP, and so now let's try to push past this. So I discard the Nibiru, trying to get to my Hollowed so I can get access to my Azamina fusions. He ashes it. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, so now it's just Drill Beam and the SP. So right here, I'm contemplating what I want to resolve, because if I go for the inclusion, right, and it gets Drill Beamed, then I'm like risking a gamble if I get anything good off of the draw 2, right? So I feel like I have to bait with the draw 2, make it seem like I'm kind of desperate, you know? I mean, I kind of am, but I have a 1-card combo, so I think that was a good bait. So then I resolve my inclusion, and then the inclusion alone is a snowball, right? But the SP is still there, so I gotta be mindful of that. So I go Sulfador, effect, pop my inclusion, summon Sulfador, effect the Sulfador. He then chains SP to my Sulfador, he banishes it. And then I go ahead and dump my Sofafnir and my Thuisburn, because that gives me everything I need. That gives me the level 5 non-tuner and Tristaros, which is it's so good. I add of my Smiger, pitch it for Sofafnir, summon Sofafnir, and right here I summon Tristaros. I go unhindered now, I search for my trap, and then I go for inclusion effect, banish itself to special, and back my Sofafnir. And right now, all I'm trying to think of is how am I going to clear those face-up spells and traps, right? Because it's annoying that he can get his Dragon back, the one that adds Drill Beam, which is kind of annoying. He can reset Drill Beam. I'm like, so annoying. I think I make a minor misplay here. Maybe I shouldn't have added this. I can't remember what my thought process was. I think I thought I was gonna get access to a turtle, but I think I overcooked here. But this is cool. I go ahead and summon my turtle. I revive the LS back by its own effect, and I need to get rid of that trap for sure. I need to get rid of that trap to nuke his board. So I go for Vermilion. And then Vermilion will banish my Trist, pop his trap, he chains the trap, and then he sets the Reborn, basically. Reborn's the Blue-eyes. from graveyard or banished, and then I nuke his board. I used my turtle effect, popping my deception to summon out my sea tree, and I contemplated whether I wanted to go for a dragster right away, but I think I decided not to, because I can just tribute summon, right? But no, so I just passed on this. So not too bad. After I cracked the board, I still end up on a decent setup, right? So I passed, and this is where I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have added the Sofudor, you know? Maybe I should have added something else or follow-up. And I think that's where I was like kind of debating it as he was sequencing his turn. I was like, yeah, I think I should have slid, because now I would have Sofudor on field, you know, the body. So then I go, I change to the effect of his barrel, right? Synchro into a 7, banish my Sofafnir and my Citri. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he sets Lordy Lord. Oh, yeah, so I just negate it. I just don't want him to get to the Drew Beam. Even though you can already set it, but he can't have one access to his turn right now. Because otherwise he gets... Because I'm not sure if he's playing triple Drew Beam. I can't remember. Because usually it's like one Drew Beam, but I don't know. I think he was playing 3 or more than one. I don't know. I can't be sure. But it's cool because he couldn't chain SP to my Citri, because if he did, I just flip my inclusion and then my Crystron cards cannot be banished. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I know he's not meant to place his link there, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the game at all. He just ends up using it anyways. But yeah, that link should not be there. It should be somewhere else. See, he just sends it off for the effect. So then he goes and revives his Blue-eyes, triggers his Maiden. Maiden gets reborn. And once we're here, I contemplated whether to flip my cluster here. But then he just goes SP, chain S. You know, and it's like, oh, it's so weird. I'm in a weird position here because he has so much things you can do. I think maybe I should have chained it here. I think I should have, because now I can negate it. Yeah, but he has Roar, Reborn, just Blue-eyes, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have preemptively done it. Just popped it, but yeah, no. I think. I mean, I tried to end on the best possible board, and he just goes Battle Force, and that fusion is insane. He just attacks everything. He can attack all the monsters I control, which is wild. So and it sets a trap as well, which is insane. So he has the pop 2 again, or the pop 1. He clears my Vermilion. Vermilion adds back my Trist. And then I take 16. And he activates the effect of his Lordy, the continuous spell, to summon back a Blue-eyes. But then I'm like, no, I think it's just too much. Like I don't have any more. All my stars are gone. They're not in play. I can't summon anything from deck anymore. So then I think I see it and I'm like, nah, I can't do it. This is just too much. I just got resourced. So then we go to game 2, and it's very simple. Just put in the crossouts, put in the called by, put in 1 Lancia, because that's basically what you expect. You expect them to side that against you, you know. So I play so many of these hand traps, so I just take out 1 of each, 2 of each. It should be fine. All I need to do is ensure that I can cross out the Lancia or call by the Lancia, and I can get my board established. Especially if I'm able to open up like the best hand possible, then yeah, for sure you want cross out, because the best board possible is like triple Omni, because we're playing Azamina, Adventure, and the regular Crystron board, you know, so it's insane.
Duel mode engaged. Autopilot standing by.
So then I go first. My hand's pretty damn good. So I open up Deception. I keep drawing Deception and I keep drawing Hollowed. If you've been keeping up with the games, you'd see like the odds are just not making sense. Like what the hell? So I go Deception effect to get my Omni and in play, and he's just asking if that adds anything. I was like, yeah, it's basically a 1-card combo. So he just scoops because we're approaching time. I think we're running low on time. I'm pretty sure because the game moment took a while. And I put in the storms. I put back my Veilers and my Imperms because if I can Veiler the Sage, Imperm the Link, that's very impactful. So yeah, and then if I can Ash the Wishes, then it's just like a turnscape. It's a 3-card interaction, a hand, but it is possible. So that's why you kind of do it that way. Or Droll alone. Droll and Ash does it as well, which is pretty damn good. And then we go in and shuffle. The shuffling process is just insane for this deck. Shuffling 60 cards is like no joke. Okay, so now he goes first. And he starts off with Sage. Sage searches his... What does he search again? Did he search his Veiler? Yeah, he searches Veiler. Yeah, he searches Veiler. And on res, I activate my Droll. And I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good because Droll's pretty devastating. Like he can't do as much as he would have, right? So he gets the Reborn or the Summon from deck. He specials Maiden, and then right now I'm expecting a Spirit. I'm like, hey, it's going for Spirit now. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. I guess he just passes. That's why I'm feeling pretty good. My hand is pretty busted. My hand. I draw Inclusion again. Oh my god! Like, what are the odds of this, man? What are these statistics? Like, what the hell? But I opened up Terror Top, so that's great. So that can be either Engine or Omni, so it's nice. So right here, I'm just trying to see how I can do this because I know that I play Soul, and he has been a Soul, the one that sends a card from field to the graveyard, so I can send the trap and nuke his board, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. So I go into Cherubini. Cherubini will then send my Enchantress because I need to get access to an Omni before I can progress my actual play. And then on res, he goes on res Lancia. I was like, oh my god, where's my cross out? This is so annoying. And then I kind of forget that he has a Veiler. So then I'm like, okay, well, I can just take and then pop his guy and then summon Tristars from deck. You know what I mean? So I was like, I could possibly do that. But then we come into this ruling situation where I thought that I get to trigger it. You know, I get to bounce whatever I want, or you know. So we're calling our local judge here, trying to get this ruling corrected. Whether I get to choose, or whether he gets a trigger, or whether I get to trigger it. But because the new ruling is because it's ruled in the sense that whoever summoned it gets to apply the effect, so he just bounces itself. Oh my god, are you serious? I was like, well, that didn't work out how I expected it. So then I'm like, well, I think I have to push on. So I go and pitch for Witch. He Veilers it. I set and I pass. I'm like, well, I have 1 pop. I have a float, and I can get Deception access through Witch, because whenever she leaves on my opponent's turn, I can send a card to control from hand and summon her back, which can give me access to Deception. So then I'm not sure if it was even correct to preemptively pop the trap. I think I just felt defeated at this point. I felt like, well, I mean, I nuke his board. What can I do after that? Right, he'll chain the effect. He can use the effect again. He gets access to Wishes. Right, he gets Majesty. I'm like, oh, this is not great. It's not looking good at all. So then he searches the Veiler, and he links away for the new Blue-eyes link. Searches like their field spell, which gives them an additional summon of a light spellcaster or a dragon. And he uses the effect. And then just brings back the board he had initially. So I was like, yeah, that was kind of pointless. But I guess he would have forced it anyways if I didn't pop it, right? But I guess I could have just waited. I think maybe I should have waited. I was just scared of him going to Spirit and then quick effect Synchro and then summon out like the guy. I don't know, but I can't remember exactly what I was thinking. But at the moment I think I was just like, So then he goes battle phase, and this fusion lets him attack all the monsters. So he attacks my Cherubini, I protect it, I send the Witch, and then I go Witch effect, send Cherubini, summon the Witch back, so I can Deception. And I'm trying to get the Stoneball from here. I'm trying to see where, if I can survive. I mean, I do survive, but I'm trying to see if I can establish something and push on through, because I have Enchanters in grave, so. And he goes for SP and tries to banish it, and I said, you can't be banished. I was like, oh, that's a major misplay. I was like, oh my goodness. I jumped to 2 Staros, and I think I make the biggest misplay here, I think. I should have summoned Tristaros first. Here. Like, that's hindsight, but I think I should have regardless, you know, just to, in case he did have Droll, in case he did have Ash, or, you know, I think I should have just summoned Tristaros. And then I go Deception, and right now I'm like, yeah.
1 or 2?
+1.
Are you redoing 1 duel-eyes?
So my first loss. So that was round 4. There's one more round to go. And we'll see how that one goes.
So what info? So he's on. You like something?
No, you got it. Fuck it out. Fucked up. I should have summoned it first. Yeah. Summon effect, you chain, you can't. Yeah.